Up with it, girl. Rock with it, girl. Show them it, girl. With a bang bang. Bounce with it, girl. Dance with it, girl. Get with it, girl. With a bang bang.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Friday night and I won't be long.
Welcome to my channel. I'm gonna be talking a little bit about how I came out to my parents and basically just to everyone. And I'm just gonna talk to you guys for a little bit. So if you'd like to see what I have to say, keep watching. I'm gonna start off with when I was a little bit younger, when I started to show signs that I was, lesbian and stuff, that I was attracted to girls. Probably when I was 8, I think. I was more attracted to girls than guys. Back then I'd rather have girlfriends than guy friends. But when I started to fully show that I was lesbian was probably in high school. I didn't start to show in middle school. Middle school was more of I was trying to date a boy and it never really worked out. That's how I kind of knew too that I shouldn't try and force myself to be with the gender or be with a man if I truly and honestly can't. So as time went on, throughout elementary and middle school, I was with boys, don't get me wrong. I did date boys. That's how I kind of knew too, is that I would be with a person, with a male, and I just wouldn't feel when you have a crush, you would feel those butterflies and you would get excited to see them and you would want to go see them. I would force myself to go see this person, or I would force myself to try and be with this person. That's what I had to do. And I didn't start to accept the fact that I was a lesbian until high school, until I met Angie. Even when I tried to talk to girls, I still didn't want to accept the fact that I was a lesbian. When I came out, my mom found out quick. The moment I started talking to girls, my mom found out somehow. So the way it came out, I didn't get to tell my mom. She came up to me one day and she asked me, do you like girls? And I told her, I think so. Even though I knew I did, but I was scared of her reaction. But honestly, you cannot be scared of your parents' reaction. If you are gay or lesbian or bi, even bisexual or transgender, you cannot be scared to tell your parents. I understand if it's scary, but the more you hold it in, the harder it is to be happy. You're a teenager, 13, 14, 15, 16, and you think you're gay, and you think you're a lesbian, or you think you want to be a transgender, you want to change who you could write to me. I'm here for anyone. I've been there. I'm not gonna say that my time was hard. When I came out, I didn't have a hard time. Not a lot of people accepted me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When I got with Angie, when I fully came out and I told everyone I was lesbian and I had a girlfriend, not that much people stood by my side. But honestly, you do not need anyone to approve of your relationship with the same gender. Or I thought this video would be really important to make for me because honestly, I held it in my whole life, and obviously people that know me are gonna see this and they are gonna comment, oh, I know, I always knew you were gay. Yes, guys, you guys are right. I have always been a lesbian, always, but throughout elementary, getting called a lesbian and saying, oh, you do this, you do that, just because certain people do that are lesbians, doesn't mean that I'm gonna do that. Does not mean that I'm gonna sit here and do half the stuff that other girls do. I could be a lesbian and not be nasty. I could be a lesbian and not, and not want to be with multiple girls like people say. Being lesbian, being gay, being trans doesn't change that you are a person. Happen for people to know that it's okay to be gay, it's okay to be a lesbian, it's okay to be a transgender. Everyone's the same. Some people, honestly, I don't care how people take this, but some people don't have hearts, and that's why I'm making this video. For people that are having a rough time to come out. I know it's hard, guys, and I'm here. I know we're all strangers. I'm a stranger to everyone. You guys are strangers to me, but that doesn't mean that we have to exchange addresses and phone numbers. I could email, you guys could email me. I have my email in the bio down below. When me and Angie first started, I'm telling you guys because this is a story time about when I came out, when I first came out. So the first time I came out to everyone, which is in school, was with Angie. Angie is the person that told me, don't be scared of what people have to say. Who cares what they have to say? No matter how many times this girl told me, Angie, no matter how many times she told me, hold my hand, hug me, I never did, guys, and that's where I fucked up. I fucked up so bad. If you love someone, guys, whether it's the same gender, whatever it is, whatever the situation is, do not be scared. Do not. Honestly, she would hold my hand, and when I saw one of my friends, I would pull back because I was nervous. I would get scared of what they were going to say, if they were going to make fun of me. Remind you, me and Angie got together my 11th grade year, her senior year. So, like, I should have been, how do you say it? I should have been grown enough to be like, no, I don't care. But honestly, I always cared about what people have to say, what people had to say back then. But now I don't. Don't be scared to come out, guys. Don't be scared to tell your parents. Don't be scared to tell anyone. Words are just words. I know they could hurt. I know there's still people that are still going through it, getting called faggots. And I'm sorry, guys, I don't like the word faggot. I don't like the word dyke, and I don't like the word faggot, dyke, any of those words. Those words are the most disgustingest words I have ever heard of. Those words I don't like for anything. That's so disrespectful. And I hope that you guys watching aren't those type of people to sit here and call a lesbian girl a dyke, or just because someone's gay means they're a faggot or something. Those words are not nice, guys. It's not right to say that. Not everyone's gonna agree with me, but guys, we're all human, okay? I'm lesbian, I'm human. My brother's gay, he's human. I have friends that are gay. I know people that are scared to come out. Guys, and since this is like my personal YouTube channel, I want you guys to get to know me more. So if you guys have any questions, even if you guys want me to get more into like detail, like with my story of coming out, because this really wasn't as detailed as I wanted it to be. It's more like of a rant of like gays and lesbians, you know, people like me, because I did have a hard time mentally just coming out. Not because like my mom, like my family is very supportive. They're not the type to be like, oh, that's gross. No, but like when you first come out and you first tell your parents, like if you're female, they expect you to marry a male and have a baby, and you know, the right way. But there's not a right way to love. And when I started talking to Angie, I would always FaceTime her on FaceTime, because we both had iPhones. So I would always FaceTime her, and then my mom would always knock on the door, and I always had my door locked because I like my privacy. My mom didn't like that. My mom would always knock, and she's like, oh, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? I'd be like, no one. And she started the habit of calling Angie my imaginary friend. So technically my mom didn't believe that I had a friend. And honestly, guys, my mom's very supportive. My mom supports me all the way. My relationship, like I said, my older brother is gay too. So like, she's already been through that part of like the stage where like she cries and asks why, and then she just learned that she has to accept it, because regardless, we're her kids and we're still human. But like I said, my mom started calling her my imaginary friend. Then one day I was like, okay, so now you guys are gonna meet her, so you guys know I'm not lying and she's not imaginary. You guys are gonna meet her. So one day I brought her over for the first time, and they were like, oh, you're the imaginary friend. I bet anything I could ask her, and she still remembers that. And that was from the first day they met her. And honestly, like, I didn't think my parents were gonna love her so much, and my parents love her. My siblings love her. And honestly, I thought it was gonna be so much harder. I thought that when I brought her into the house that they were gonna give me a hard time. I'm not saying it was all like welcoming and everything, but it wasn't bad. We dealt with it. And that's it for tonight. So make sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe, guys. But most importantly, comment, guys. I like to interact with you guys. Just comment. Tell me some videos that you guys would like to see, whether it's challenges or a story time. I could do Q&As. I'll answer all your guys' questions. I'll do. Thank you guys for watching again. And make sure to press that like button and make sure to subscribe before this video ends, and have a nice night, guys. Bye.